Hey Stamp friends, welcome to the Joy of Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachel Kuhn, and today is the day that I'm sharing the video of how to make our Christmas card club September card of the month. We're using the very cute stamp set, or I should say bundle. If you get this and get this punch with it, it's a bundle, and just a couple of these images today. So on ours, I'm going ahead and use our cute little polar bear right here and the Merry Christmas. And if you want to do any of these little extra cute little bears or trees on your envelopes, please go ahead and do that as well. Let me show you the card that we'll be making. Is this super cute polar bear walking off with that beautiful designer series paper. I did use the embossing folder to both emboss our deckled circle and emboss our designer series paper as well. In your kit, you will have an assortment. So let me show you the PDF, the tutorial. You'll get this along with your kit. Also, I'll email it to you so you'll have a copy just in case you lose this piece of paper. But that shows you all of the products that I use along with our measurements and some instructions, along with some photos for the ideas there. For your guys's, you guys get to pick which designer series paper you want to use. And the awesome thing about the designer series paper is it's double-sided. So you'll look at it one side and say, I like that, or I want to flip it and try something different. All right, for kits, you skip the first 1 through 3 steps because I did all of the hard work, prep work for you, and all you need to do is now assemble and stamp. Let's go ahead and do our stamping first. You will get a piece of basic white this shape, and you'll need to stamp out 4 of your bears and then punch him out. For mine, I will just do it once. You should have 3 pieces just like that to do your stamping and punching. I'm going to grab my balmy blue is the color that I'm using for my bear. You can change the color. It does not have to be exactly like mine, but this is the color that I liked because that's the same color as our card base and our designer series paper. So let me go ahead and set that there, and we'll grab our bear. Cute bear, polar bear, that's one that matches the punch. Ink them up and bring it over to your basic white and press down and lift straight up. Awesome. We'll keep him right there for a minute. We're also going to grab our crumb cake. You should have a little piece that looks something like this, piece of crumb cake. And we're going to set this aside real quick. Grab your crumb cake and the mossy meadow. Again, I'm using this color because it matches the accent color that we're using right here on our cardstock. You can use the basic black if you want, or even the balmy blue again. Whatever color you have that you want, feel free to use that as well. I have my Merry Christmas on here. You just see I have it at an angle, and I'm going to ink it up. And I'm going to go over my block here. I want to give myself a little bit of room on the far right side because I'm going to cut that in just a second to trim it down. And I'll press down and lift up. That looks great. So I want to show you the difference between these two. This one's a little bit skinnier, so you have a choice. If you want it to be a thinner piece of crumb cake, similar to the one in the photos and similar to the one I have right here, you want to take your paper snips and just trim it down. I have mine and yours a little bit bigger because it's hard to stamp some of this font on a tiny piece of paper. So I thought it'd be easier if you took your paper snips and then you could just cut along underneath it if you wanted to trim it down. Or you could even cut on top of it, just making sure that we're not cutting off any of our awesome stamping that we just did. So now we have it a little bit skinnier, and then we'll take it our far right side and just cut it at an angle to the top right of this guy, just like so. If it doesn't look even, keep it the size that you want, or you can put it in your paper trimmer to make it a little bit more even. But I'm not too picky, so I'm going to call that good. Set that one aside, and we're going to start assembling here in just a minute after we punch out our bear. If you don't have this amazing punch yet, that is okay. You can just use your paper snips and fussy cut him out. It's not too tricky, it just takes a little bit more time. For the punch though, what you'll do is you'll hold on to a corner of your basic white, slide in your bear so that he's along all the sides of it, and you're going to gently start to press down so now I can hold it. So my hand's no longer touching the paper, but my paper feels pretty firm. So I'm holding it in place, and then I press all the way down for it to punch out and fly at me. Be careful, because this is probably the only time you'll see a polar bear fly is during the time that you're punching here. 1 second, let me see if I can. I feel like my camera is falling for you. And we don't want a droopy camera, do we? Apologize for that. Hopefully, nope, we're still going. Let me just tighten some of these things real quick. Oh, 1 second. Sorry, you're gonna get a thumb and a finger. That's not too bad. Sorry about that, you guys. We'll push this up so you can see better. There we go. All right, so now we should be ready to assemble, and hopefully we're not falling too much more. I had my tripod that holds my phone was used this weekend, and so it is off its usual alignment that I have it on. So I apologize for that. All right, so now we have the designer series paper, which has already been embossed, that amazing embossing folder called, let me make sure I say it right, that's the Snowflake Sky. And now I just have to pick which one I want to use. It'll be a de-emboss or emboss. So it'll either be raised on one side, or you'll see the other side and it'll be the impression and the dots coming in. Either side works great. So you can pick whichever one you want. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the presents. Yeah, we'll do presents. Even though, well, I don't know, I feel like they're all so cute. This one would be cute even. Just play with it a little bit and see. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this one. I have those papers, so I will make more, so it doesn't matter. But for right now, we will do this cute one here. Put a little bit of liquid glue on it and flip it over. Put on your card base here to the far right side. So that's why you want to start with your DSP, because it's going to be your guide for your next piece. Grab your Mossy Meadow and just do a little strip of liquid glue on here. Just going down the center, so that way we give ourselves some wiggle room, and we can press it down and it'll squish, but it won't squish out. So stay center. We're going to create a little bit of a balmy blue edge here. So that's part of it. So we make sure we're not going past that score line. Okay, now we're to this point here. We're going to grab our deckled circle and our cute polar bear, and we're going to flip them over and add some dimensionals. For our bear, you want at least one on his head. Sorry, that backing got stuck to it. There we go. And one on his backside. And then at least 3 on our embossed circle here, which I feel like totally looks like a snowball with how these are imperfectly, these rough edges along with the amazing embossing. Love, love that detail there. I hope you guys do too. If you don't have that embossing folder yet, I highly recommend getting it, because I feel like it will sell out fast. Then we're going to place it so it's a little bit on the Mossy Meadow and a little bit on our DSP. We still have our cute little baby bear there on the bottom, and we have our trees in the background, which are super cute. And he's a little bit, he's not quite middle though. Still on the lower end of our card. We have our dimensionals on the back of our polar bear, and we're going to put him so that his nose still has about a finger space from the edge. Just about like so. Then our Merry Christmas, what I need you to do is only put a dimensional on the Christmas side. So where our little slant is, you'll see there. Grab that, put a dimensional down there, and we're going to use the liquid glue for the other side. Just a little bit, not a lot. Flip it over, slide it underneath our little bare feet, making sure that we're not covering any of our letters there for our Merry Christmas, but then having a little bit of our snowball still showing on the bottom. And then we're going to press down where that dimensional is going to hit onto that designer series paper, like so. Grab your bone folder to finish the crease of this card, and then be sure to stamp your envelope. That is a super cute feature on this one. Then we're going to grab our amazing adhesive back glitter sequins, 3 of them, and you want 1 of each color. And they're different sizes. So let's say I have a larger of the blue one. I'll put that one right here. And I have a large, well, actually we'll do a small for the white right up here above it. And then we'll do a large one for the green coming down at an angle, and kind of make like a triangle. There's no rhyme or reason to this one. Kind of just looking like it's colorful snowballs falling down there. And that is it for our card. Pretty easy, great to mass produce. So that way you can make lots of these. You'll have 12 in your kit, so go to town. It should take about 30 minutes, maybe a little bit more depending if you get distracted. All right, ladies, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great, great month. Happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.